Hello and welcome. I don't know what's going on with that. Hello and welcome to a brand new Five Heart Podcast live on a Thursday night. Coordinations, YouTube, Facebook, and X. I am Greg Mahachko, and joining me as always is Minnie Hunt. We are your host for this, the longest running continuous show in coordination history.
Wow, that says a lot. And you fixed your video.
I honestly did nothing. I don't know what I did, but it's working. We're going to keep our fingers crossed that it stays.
Yeah, I think it's working.
Hot dog.
You look way clearer than you have in the past couple weeks.
Well, that makes me happy.
You're still a little bit in the dark.
My light died. And so, I mean, I can turn on another lamp, but I don't know. My concern is that it'll only lighten up like this half of my face. So, but it's the will of the people. If the people want to see me better, I'll turn. I mean, it has been said on this show numerous times that nobody's really here to look at Greg. So,
that's not true.
You've said that before.
I have?
Yes.
When?
Probably within the last 2 weeks. You're like, nobody's here to really looking at you. So
I never would say that.
You wouldn't be wrong if you did. They're not here to look at me. They're here for my crazy drunken rants. And there's not going to be any drunken rants. There may be rants tonight, just not drunken.
Why not?
Not drinking tonight.
Greg's not drinking tonight. Greg's not drinking tonight. Whoa.
I should, because this is our last. I have some Shiner Holiday Cheer beers upstairs. This is our last episode before Christmas. I know we were supposed to talk about it last week and we didn't. So the next 2 weeks, there are holidays on Thursdays, and Christmas Eves are usually, designated for families. So, Minnie, I know we talked about this in the past. Correct me if there's been a change, but next week we're going to do the Five Heart Podcast on Friday night. And then the week after that is New Year's Eve. And since you're going, we had discussed doing the show after the game on Wednesday, on New Year's Eve.
Yes, absolutely. As long as you guys don't mind a Las Vegas version of me.
Wouldn't be the first time you were in Vegas for Nebraska purposes, right?
It would be the first time that I plan on enjoying myself at that game.
I don't know what that means.
Well, I'm just saying it is New Year's Eve, but it is also day drinking, which I don't think I can do. So we'll see.
You can't drink all day if you don't start early. That's all I can say. I think it's important that you go. I think it is important that you have a great time. And James Borman says you should go dressed like Elvis.
Oh, that's a great idea. That is a great idea.
Jumpsuit with big lapel or big collar, right?
I hadn't even thought about my outfit. Thank you, James Boardman. This might actually work.
Can you say, well, thank you very much?
I would have to practice it off camera.
No, you got to practice it right now. Like in front of all of us.
No.
I think we all want to hear the evolution of your, well, thank you very much.
No.
All right. So, okay, here we go. Yeah, sideburns and all, James says. Okay. Here's what we can do.
Good.
Take a step off the camera.
Great.
And then I can say, Elvis has left the building.
Okay. It's going to take a little more than that for me.
Whatever.
But I will practice. And I may, I'm not agreeing to the Elvis thing yet, but I may. Because I happen to know somebody who has an Elvis costume I can borrow.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Living in Omaha, David Matney, the official realtor of the Five Heart Podcast, says, Minnie, you are a skilled Five Heart Theater performer. You can do it.
Yes. I've won many awards. This is true.
That's right. Other Dave says, what's the over-under on Husker Elvis costumes at the game? I would say 3.5. I'll set the over-under.
You think there's going to be more than one?
I don't know. I don't think there are going to be any, but the other Dave asked for an over-under, so I thought I can't. 0.5. I think that 3.5 is reasonable.
Okay. Well, Greg, what's going on?
It's been a pretty crazy. I mean, it's been quiet the last couple of days, but Monday was a wild one in Husker football land, wasn't it?
What do you mean?
I feel like some major news hit the wires on Monday.
What could that be?
That a certain individual, did you see the YouTube thumbnail this week?
I did. I actually thought it was beautiful.
Thank you, ChatGPT. A certain Husker quarterback, true sophomore, with 2 years of eligibility remaining, is intending to enter the transfer portal when that window opens in January.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now,
who?
Do I have to say his name?
Go ahead. I don't believe in Santa anymore either. Just so you know.
I'm not. How do I put this? I'm not celebrating this per se. Like, I'm not finding joy in this. I want you to know.
Sure.
But reports indicate that Dylan Raiola intends to enter the transfer portal when it opens in a couple weeks.
Yeah. Yep. Even though I had people tell me this was going to happen, I was still in denial.
Are you saying it's not just a river in Egypt?
Mm-hmm. I was in denial the whole time. And I actually still in the back of my mind think, okay, maybe this is going to be like Emmett Johnson.
That's kind of what I thought too.
Oh, really? You too?
I thought that it was, I don't want to say like necessarily feelers, but I thought that it was a situation where, and I guess until he technically gets picked up by another school or decides to actually, like, he could intend to enter the transfer. We've seen players enter the transfer portal and stay. So it's not out of the realm of possibility. It does, however, seem a little far-fetched at this point. Is that fair?
So what you're saying is there's a chance?
So you're telling me there's a chance. So, but yeah, I mean, and I know you and Fred discussed this on Monday night. Monday Night Therapy, every Monday night on Core Nation's YouTube, Facebook, and X, 9 o'clock Central with Minnie Hunt and Fred Sacco. Fred, who's in the chat, as well as so many of you distinguished Ecking Crew members. But you wouldn't believe the pre-show comments and how they tilted which direction our esteemed community leaned in regards to Mr. Raiola.
Huh. Tell me, what did our friends have to say about which Raiola are they talking about? First of all, Dylan or Donovan? Okay.
First of all, David Matney says must be an AI generated thumbnail. Dylan looks thinner.
Dylan looked thinner, really? You thought?
Let's see.
I don't know. I kind of thought Dylan looked his normal size.
Justin Raji says maybe his love handles enter the portal early.
Come on now, guys. He can't help it. He can't work out right now.
Let's not go after that low-hanging fruit. We all know Dylan hasn't eaten fruit in years. Just kidding.
He's Hawaiian. Of course he has.
What if Dylan goes to Minnesota? Will Minnie's fleckyism get the best of her? That's what Vince Watson wants to know.
Okay. Vince Watson, they can't afford him. That's
shout
not
out,
possible.
by the way. Shout out to Vince Watson. We hope that he's okay there in Wyoming. Best friend of the show, Josh, informed me that parts of Wyoming were experiencing 144 mile an hour winds.
Yeah. So, isn't that insane?
That's wild. So hope you're safe, Vince, and your family. As soon as Josh told me that this morning, I got to thinking about events and a few other people that I know out in Wyoming. So that's like hurricane speeds. So
Okay, Stephen Fromm. Oh, okay, this is boring.
thanks,
Well,
Stephen.
sorry we didn't entertain you, Stephen. It takes us a while to get warmed up. Okay, just join us in about 5 more minutes, Greg. Will it take you about 5 more minutes to get warmed up?
Usually takes me a little longer than that. Never mind. Never mind. I don't want to finish that thought. Let's see. Mr. Matney says, question, how much impact does his dad's career interference have on his NIL? Like, how many people are going to want to put up with Dom to get Dylan?
Oh, really?
Did we, and I don't say put up with Dylan. I believe that Dylan has all the tools to be a fantastic quarterback. But did we put up with it, or did we take on that Dom burden because because Dom has equity, the Raiola family, the Raiola name has equity at Nebraska?
This is funny. Yeah, we don't keep it interesting enough. People are going to transfer out, Greg.
Hey, I'll just say this. We're not an airport. Nobody here has to announce their departures. All right. See you later. If you don't want to be part of the fun, you can GTFO. And I won't miss most. Well, you diehards, you know if I'll miss you or not. Like there are some of you, and I can extrapolate on this a little bit more as many stepped away. There are some of you that I notice when you're gone. I notice when you're gone for extended weeks. But
I have to tell you something.
right. I'm in trouble.
So no, you're not.
Okay.
Listen, it's winter here in the Valley of the Sun. Okay. So today,
like 55 degrees.
Listen, today I saw 2 people wearing shorts and sandals, and I saw several people wearing parkas, winter jackets. Okay. I'm in between. I don't know if it's summer or if it's winter. It's like, is it warm? Is it cool? It's kind of both. It's such a weird feeling. Like you kind of have to dress in layers and just kind of take them off as the day goes. And then as it gets cooler at night, you put them back on. I don't know. We don't know how to dress down here for winter.
Yeah, that's,
How do you dress? Just like what you're wearing?
In what weather? Because your winter and my winter are 2 different winters.
Okay, like what's your winter? What's your winter? I know
it's like 30s and below.
Yeah, that's freezing. Never mind.
Technically, it is 32 degrees is freezing.
I'm sorry I even asked. I know it is freezing. Ooh, that's cold. Okay.
We actually this past Sunday, our wind chill was at like 6 a.m. was -8.
So. Oh my gosh.
Let's see. Lawrence on Facebook says, "Hey, if he goes to Minnesota, Nebraska might beat them."
Where did this Minnesota thing come from?
Because they asked, about because then there'd be Dylan and PJ Fleck on the same team, and don't know if your excitement could be contained.
Okay. So let's just quickly go down a list of Big Ten teams that he could possibly transfer to. Okay.
Okay.
Oregon's one, but here's the thing about Oregon: there's this guy who. He's an Oregon reporter, and he's affiliated with On3, like Husker Online's affiliated with On3. And he said this week, there's no way we want Dylan at Oregon. He didn't give a reason. He just said, absolutely not. He shut that down right on the post when the transfer portal picture came up on 3. And so everybody's just going with what he said as the reason that Dylan is not going to go to Oregon. But I still think that's very likely. Why not?
Well, for one, he's got a NIL deal with Adidas, and Oregon is a Nike school, so that
matter.
would have to be canceled, bought out somehow.
We don't even know how long this NIL deal is. We act like it's a lifelong contract. What if it's only during the season?
No, but I feel like there's probably part of that is public record. A Freedom of Information Act could determine that. Somebody said, David Matney says he can't go anywhere where he'll be in competition. Yeah, I don't know if he's going to necessarily thrive in that environment.
He would. He would. I think that would be one of the best places for him to go.
He could have stayed at Nebraska and had quarterback competition.
It's not the quarterback competition that he's talking about, I don't think, because they don't have
preparation for the next level.
So I think Oregon is very likely still. Okay, your turn. Who do you think?
I tend to agree with, and this is me just sharing ideas from the Ecking crew, but Eric Chandler on Facebook says he's not a Big Ten quarterback. I think more like Big 12. I feel like
what? You think he would go to a Big 12 school? Are you high?
Why wouldn't he?
He's still in Raiola.
So?
Okay.
You got to realize that there's a particular like tarnish on him. Like he's not the babyface kid coming out of high school with, like there's film on him now, and it's not all great film. So the bloom is off the rose, as they say, and I would say he's probably a lower valued professional prospect now than he was coming out of high school.
I think that all of you guys can't see the forest for the trees. Isn't that the saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's still in Raiola. And no, I don't think Louisville's an option either. I think it's
Foreman says.
I know everybody's been mentioning Louisville. I don't think it's Louisville. No, I don't think so. It's got to be like a big school. The only schools that he was ever even interested in were Ohio State and Georgia.
Okay, but Ohio State doesn't need him anymore.
Okay, that's true. And he wouldn't go to Georgia either. But okay, those are his caliber of schools that he's looking for. He's going to end up at a school like that. Mark my words.
I think
it could be a Big 12 school if it were here. Kind of right there, right in my backyard. That would be nice.
I think he and maybe not so much he, but the people around him have caviar wishes and like ham sandwich ability. Like he's not going to land a national championship caliber team. He's not going to end up going to a contender. I hate to say it.
We will find out within the next month.
I mean, realistically, the transfer portal opens the 2nd of January?
Yes,
right?
And it closes the 16th.
So, yeah, for sure within the month. And I would venture to say probably I'm sure his people are already in communication, and they probably already have, it narrowed down to 1 or 2, or they might already have their decision in mind.
So get this wild theory I came up with this week.
All right.
I've been doing some research
Thank you, Mr.
on our opponent coming up for the bowl game, right?
The Utes?
The Utah Utes. Yes. Oh my gosh. We're going to have so much fun with the Utes. So Kyle Whittingham last Friday officially announced that he's stepping down from the Utah Utes head coaching position. after 23 years. Okay. Interesting vocabulary there. Stepping
not retiring.
down. Bingo. Which
Do you think that there's some impropriety, perhaps?
I think, okay, they've made it clear he's coaching through the bowl game. My wild theory is, what if Michigan knew about the scandal prior to Sharon being fired, which is very likely, okay?
Mhm.
And they made an offer to somebody like this Utah Utes head coach that he couldn't resist.
Oh, so you think, okay, so I misunderstood your line of thinking. I thought he's stepping down because of some impropriety on his part. But you think that he's stepping down because he's going to be accepting a Michigan position. Okay.
Could be. I don't know. I'm just saying this it just seems to me like maybe they already thought this through. Maybe they already found somebody. Maybe they already, threw a money bag that way. I'm just guessing.
I mean, if you can win, it's tough to say. It's tough to say if you can win at Utah, you can win anywhere. Utah is not in the Big Ten.
He is a great coach. He's a Hall of Fame coach. What better coach? Think about it. What better coach? I don't know.
For Michigan?
Okay. He no scandals. 23 years, no scandals. He's a Hall of Fame coach.
That we know about. Utah might just be better at sweeping things under the rug.
He's lived in Utah almost his whole life. No. We would know.
I feel like you're dangerously close to anointing the Utah coaches. You were like Fleck and
Bert Bielema.
No, the damn old guy, Ferentz.
Oh, Kirk.
You humanize these people. Like, no, everybody at that level.
He's not 70. He's only 60. I think he's 63. He's not 70.
What's his name?
He's young. Not only that, he might be 63. He looks like he's 40. The guy lifts weights more than
66.
His players. 66. His calves are like this. Don't be jealous, Haas. His calves are like this.
Haas doesn't skip leg day.
I'm just saying it could happen. I don't know. I know it's a conspiracy theory, but it could happen.
I don't know how we got talking about that already. I thought we still got a lot of comments coming in about Dylan.
Okay.
Let's see. Not retiring. Just da-da-da. Oh, see, Nebraska Strong says Greg and Minnie. Hail Varsity is reporting that Dylan was done with Nebraska after the USC game because Coach Rule would not fire strength and conditioning coach Corey Campbell and quarterback coach Glenn Thomas. Well, Dylan got his leg broke because he held on to the ball for 18 minutes.
Don't say that.
And
that's also, not true.
That's also, if this is true, then again, you have a quarterback theoretically trying to like hold the team hostage and make demands. Like I'm not sticking around here. I'm your 5-star apple dumpling gang. I don't know. That's a weird reference. I apologize to everybody. I made it weird. But trying to get assistant coaches fired, that's a diva move. I don't know. Go ahead.
I think the wording there is probably off. I think that Dylan knew he was leaving after USC. Yes. I think that possibly blaming it on the strength and conditioning coach and the quarterback coach is a given. Whether he or not he wanted them fired doesn't even matter. It was their jobs to make sure he was safe. So And accidents are going to happen. So
I like this one. And I don't know if this is from that Hail Varsity report, as Nebraska Strong Go Big Red says, supposedly Coach Rule put the hammer down and stated to Dylan that he, Coach Rule that is in charge and not Dylan.
ooh, it's a fight. So, that's interesting. I don't know about that. It could be. But I doubt it. I think that everybody wanted the best for Dylan, and I think everybody is always trying to, do the best for Nebraska. That's just my take because I live in Happy Land, guys. You might want to try it sometime.
Again, civil separation, a mutual parting of ways. I think we said this before.
A legal separation? Like we're getting a divorce?
No, like civil as in everybody gets along. Amicable, maybe. I don't know. But, a parting of ways where, both entities, Dylan and Nebraska, come out, in a better position on the other side. That's win-win for everybody. At the end of the day, I don't care where he goes. I don't care what team he ends up playing for and the level of success he will have there. I don't care because he's not a Nebraska player anymore. I just care about Nebraska. It's the only team I care about. All the other ones can go 0-12. I know that's not mathematically possible, but there's Nebraska and then there's everybody else. I don't care. He can go play for, I'm trying to think of like some really obscure. I don't care if he goes and plays in Europe. I don't care. Just go. Mm-hmm. Go.
What's his name? Sorry, Dana Holgerson.
Mm-hmm.
He gave a press conference this week, and he said that, he was asked about now going to the portal and getting a quarterback, and somebody said, obviously you're going to have to do that, which I don't know why that's obvious. Seems like we do have enough quarterbacks on staff, but maybe it is obvious to other people. So they were asked, what kind of quarterback would you be getting? And he said, well, obviously we're going to get the best available. And they wanted to know specifically, are you looking for somebody like Dylan or somebody that's more like TJ? And he said, mobility is important, but you have to have the ability to stay in the pocket and make passes. So I was just wondering, how do you feel about the quarterback that we went against in the first game?
Brendan Sorby?
Yes, he's supposedly entering the transfer portal.
I heard that as well. It's a unique twist of fate, as it were. What I like most about him is he seemed to know when to run the ball, and he seemed to have the ability to run the ball. And a lot of that was aided by the fact that Nebraska at times just turned their back, like the secondary just turned their back and followed receivers. That gave him a lot of opportunity in the middle of the field. It's interesting because we kind of thought, or maybe I just got, I don't want to put words in anybody else's mouths, but I kind of thought that TJ Lateef was the heir apparent after Dylan. If Dylan's not here, it's TJ. So the idea of bringing in a transfer portal quarterback this offseason didn't really occur to me.
Yeah.
I just thought that they'd roll with TJ and then we have Trey Taylor coming in, next year and go from there. So,
well, apparently it's obvious to everybody else, but you and I, Greg. I did too. I thought the same thing. Like, why would you go and spend all this money? Which reminds me, remember when Matt Rule said 1 week, he said, we need money to go get players. And then like 2 weeks later, he said, we have all the money we need to go get a player. All of a sudden that happened. And it was after the USC game.
It was after his extension got signed.
Well, somehow money became available, and I think that's because he knew the whole Raiola family was gonna be out of here.
Yeah,
But,
I mean, that does free up, NIL dollars. So
but my question is, well, why would you go and get a quarterback that's gonna cost just as much or almost as much as Dylan?
well, you hope that they're better than Dylan.
But no, TJ is a good quarterback. He's still in the developmental phase, I get that. But, why would you really go and get a quarterback that is like a Dylan Raiola caliber and pay that much money?
I think, first of all, if you're going to pay that much money, you got to get somebody better than Dylan.
Okay, we're not gonna
No, I'm not trying to.
we
I'm
aren't
not
gonna
trying to be shitty.
argue about that.
No, I'm not trying to be shitty about that. But and then the question is, how long are you? Or is it just a 1 year shot? Are you renting them for a year? Because
Yeah.
you have TJ right now. As we mentioned, or let's say for 2026, and in the class of 2027 is Trey Taylor. I don't really want Trey Taylor out there starting as a true freshman. We have seen that that's not always the best situation. I'm excited for his loyalty and for his enthusiasm to be a Husker, but I don't want him out there as a true freshman. Let's let him learn. Let's let him grow and mature a little bit. So I really think that if you bring somebody in, it's probably going to be for just 1 year. And that's tricky because we know that the schedule is stacked against Nebraska next year. And do you potentially pay $3.5 $4 million for 1 year when it's, be fully honest right now and take my homer glasses off when it's going to be a tough road to hoe to be competitive. So I don't know.
I don't know either. All I know is, I saw Justin Rogers said there's no way that Brendan Sorsby's coming to Nebraska, which I don't know how. Yeah, I saw that. I don't know how that's important
I
or
agree.
how not what David said, but how, I mean, how does he know that Brendan Sorsby is not interested in coming to Nebraska? Why?
I don't know.
Is it because, I mean, the only reason why he would enter the transfer portal because Cincinnati is a pretty good team, and they went pretty far, and they could probably, I mean, go even further next year. So then you go to money, right? He wants to make a bigger splash and on a bigger team. Do you think he's only wanting to go to like the SEC or, I mean, who else would he go to?
Are you talking about Dylan? Right? Or Sorsby?
Sorsby.
Okay.
Oh, somebody says his girlfriend's at Texas Tech.
Oh, I thought that was about Dylan.
Nope, Aaron Keene says his girlfriend's at Texas Tech. Okay, then that
Aaron,
would
can you
make
clarify? Are you talking about Dylan or Brendan here?
Huh?
I
No,
thought
we're
I
talking
heard
about
that.
Brendan Sorsby.
I thought I heard that Dylan's girlfriend was at Texas Tech, and that's why he might be going there. Plus, it would make his Patrick Mahomes cycle complete.
Okay. Well, if Sorsby goes to Texas Tech, they might just be winning the Natty next year.
Frederick says Sorsby would be better off going to Texas Tech than us. They got their shit together. We do not.
I kind of thought that Dylan would be better at Texas Tech, but that's just me. So you think that Sorsby would be going to Texas Tech if his girlfriend's there? Okay.
Nebraska,
Well, this is news.
See, this is all fun.
What if they break up? What if they break up?
I don't know. I also it's no way there. It's impossible to follow. Like I don't care about People magazine, celebrity couple, things like that. So there's no way in the world I would know who's which quarterback's girlfriend's attending what college. Like just just stop. Like the fact that we have that information means that we all need to go out and, as the kids would say, touch grass.
Greg, the fact that you don't have that information and aren't interested in it shows that there's a problem right there. You're like an old man. This is important to know. Very important facts.
It's not, because at the end of the day, we can sit here and we can debate and we can discuss, where I saw Miami in the comments, as far as a possible landing place for Dylan. In fact, I'm going to highlight that one because I have it here.
That's very, very
the
likely.
Other Dave says Dylan to Miami. They almost got him last year, and don't they lose Carson Beck, which was a question.
What? I would never be negative. Who said I'm negative? Why?
You called me an old man.
Well, you act like an old man. It's my job to keep you young, vibrant. For all the Southern Illinois chickadees.
That's funny.
You're welcome.
James says, "Hey, I'm an old man. Don't compare me to Greg." Oh, and Mr. Matney says, "Greg, welcome to the curmudgeon club."
Yeah.
Young, vibrant, delusional. I just can't. I don't know. I can't fathom following it all that close. The decisions are made. There's nothing that, like I said, we can sit here and discuss, we can debate, but we're throwing, strands of spaghetti at the wall and seeing which ones stick. We have no idea. We can't change anything.
Greg, it's fun to talk about, though, isn't it? Because I also have this question about Miami. Okay. Was Miami our number one enemy when Dom played at Nebraska? I kind of think they were, weren't they?
I think no. I want to say that might have been just after Dom's era.
Okay.
James Boardman says no. I'm curious to know. Now I got a Greggle.
I'm just curious, like how you go to a school that your dad loved and played at, and then what if you transfer to a school that was your dad's worst enemy?
So, Dom was here from 98 to 2000. I know, we played Tennessee in the championship game for 97. So I don't know. It might have been Miami. Someone feel free to help me out at the time. I know, Roger says Oklahoma, but that was not a hated rival. That was a respected rival. So I don't know if there's a, Miami predates Dom. And then I think in 01 or 2001, in that one, they kicked the crap out of us. And the Husker empire was officially over. Played against Tennessee twice, not against Miami. So not a bad theory.
There's Husker Chuck. Husker Chuck, who do you think Dylan's going to play for? I'm actually curious what everyone thinks. Put it in the chat, guys, because I'm curious what everyone thinks. If you have a reason, put that with it too. Ooh, Husker Chuck says Oregon too.
Husker Chuck, don't feed into her lunacy. James Boardman says Dylan was the chosen one. It was said he would destroy college football, not join them, bring balance to the fandom, not leave it in darkness. I understand that reference. A lot of our viewers and friends do. Minnie, I know you don't, and that's okay.
Is this a Star Wars reference?
It was.
Yes. See, at least I can identify the language.
Let's see. I'm just starring all of these. I know Aaron's tired of it all. Keen says, I think Dylan plays for Duke, so fuck you.
I'm just curious what people think. I don't know.
Let's see. VA Poop says Twitter thinks he's going to Louisville. Chris Shantz over on Facebook says Iowa. Nebraska Strong says Oregon. Raji says Louisville. David Matney says maybe he can go to Colorado. They can give him a statue. Colorado's in the Big 12. Steven says Indiana. I don't know if Kurt Signetti is going to put up with the Raiola family. Diamond Dave says Oregon with a big payday. And I know you mentioned earlier from some of your Oregon friends that fan base does not want Dylan.
It doesn't matter what the fans want.
He's going back to Buford because he missed his prom.
Oh, poor Dylan. He did miss his prom. So, you know what I'm going to do? I'm glad that you're reading all these off because I'm going to go and write all of them down. And then come January 16th, we are going to find out who's right.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. Fred says Tulane or Coastal Carolina because no one takes him seriously.
Okay.
Eric says he'll play in the ACC.
Why? Why do you think the ACC? So it's Miami, huh?
Clemson, Florida State.
Clemson, nope.
I mean, there are a lot. Think of there are a lot of schools now. The ACC is kind of like the Big 12, or I'm sorry, the Big 10, and that is coast to coast. You know, so there. I think Cal's in the ACC or something.
Name a good school other than Miami. And none of the schools that played in the bowl game are even good.
But again, you're talking like he's going to go play for a team that's going to be contending for the national champion. He's not.
Yes, he is.
He's not going to. He's not.
Greg, I will bet you.
Okay.
I don't know what. Okay. We will figure this out, but I will bet you.
I just why would a national championship contending team take Dylan Raiola?
I think there's a lot of schools that want Dylan Raiola. Why not?
I mean, yeah, he has a high percentage, completion percentage, but they're all dinks and dunks and 5-10 yards.
If you know what, Dylan probably has the best chance of success if he goes to ASU. I'm not kidding. That Kyle Dillingham is one of the best coaches I've ever heard. And he didn't even go to the Big Ten media days.
Well, here's an interesting one from Kaylee. Kaylee says, truthfully, Oklahoma would be a great spot for Dylan. Mateer has 1 year left, and they have a true freshman for 2026. Dylan would fill the gap better than the redshirt freshman they currently have. And it would give him, an extra year for recovery.
Yeah. Yeah. I think this is my Michigan friend. I think. Is this Mark? I think that's your name. So Kenny Dillingham, I've been watching his press conferences after his bowl practices this week, and I just don't think it's likely. I mean, yesterday he broke down in tears talking about what ASU means to him. His dad lives 2 houses down from him. His sister lives right next door. His son's best friend is his sister's daughter. So it's just he's lived here his whole life. Like hearing him actually verbalize it, it would take a lot of coin to get him to move. And he talked about the AD and, the president of ASU had just said basically that they have his back. They're giving him what he needs to succeed. So I don't know. after listening to him all week, I'm like, gosh, this guy is so good. Maybe I'll start watching ASU again. I don't know.
Dondre says Florida State. He could go down there and reconnect with Tony White and company. Wade Farr says Raiola to North Carolina and play for Belichick.
That's an interesting idea. Not likely, but interesting.
Nebraska Strong says that Clemson is also in the ACC. They were down this year, but they're usually pretty good. Wade says Raiola to mini university.
There you go.
Is that an accredited place? I've not heard of it.
We're working on it.
Working on accreditation. And Husker Chuck says you're rooting now for Dylan to Arizona State.
I kind of am. I'm not going to turn off the Dylan Raiola fandom. I'll turn it down. I'll turn the volume down so low that you have to put your ear up to the speaker to hear it. Okay?
Well, I would imagine that when he's no longer a Husker, we're not going to talk about him anymore.
I'll try not to. I'm going to try. I might need some encouragement.
Vince Watson says the Montana Grizzlies need a new mascot and he fits the body type. Let's see. A few more comments about Dylan. Let's see. Oh, we were talking about potential incoming transfer portal quarterbacks. Haas had said earlier, Brendan Sorsby, the Montana quarterback. I'm not going to try to and Levitt are his top 3 potential portal choices for Nebraska.
It's interesting.
Kalei, I'm not going to attempt. Let's see. Matney says, I think there's a part of Matt Rule that is relieved to be done with the Raiolas. I would agree. Again, kudos to him because he'll never admit it. And Aaron Keene said this at 9:15. He said, why? Who cares where Dylan may go? We do, apparently, because we spent the last 40 minutes talking about
Aaron Keene, what if we play against him? If he goes to Oregon, I think somebody said we might play against them twice.
Well, we play against them for sure next year.
So this is very interesting. I don't know. I just find the whole thing interesting.
This is our nightmare. Christopher joined us, flipped from Facebook to YouTube, says he'll come to Lincoln as an opponent and end up with 5 touchdowns. That's the and then the Minnie will both cheer and die a little on the inside.
Yeah. I feel like that what he just wrote is probably my worst nightmare, because then I realize, okay, let me just say something that I actually really have thought about. Dylan Raiola came to Nebraska too soon. He should have
should have developed somewhere and then come to Nebraska.
He shouldn't have come to Nebraska for another 2 years. Like for now, right now, he could come to Nebraska and probably play pretty good at this point. Once we have a proven offensive line and our offensive line coach, which, by the way, I'm so excited about. I've been writing notes about him all week too.
Well, if we can ever stop talking about Dylan, we can talk about other things.
Well, I just think that Dylan would have been better to not come when he came, because I feel like we were on this direction with this type of offense. Then all of a sudden Dylan falls in our lap. It's like, okay, he's coming here and he wants to play here and make it great again. But we didn't have all the resources together. Dylan had his list of players that he wanted to play with, that he wanted to try and recruit. We couldn't even get those guys. It just, nothing was coming together. It was all like mismatched puzzle pieces. And I know Aaron Keene is so tired of hearing about Dylan. I'm sorry. I won't bring him up next week, okay? I promise you. I promise.
If I were a betting man, I'd take that bet. Let's see. Fred had a serious. It's so serious he said it twice. Question for Minnie: if Dylan went somewhere with a legit quarterback competition and lost, would he stay at that school or leave again?
You can't leave again. He couldn't leave again. That's what's crazy. If he lost the competition, that's not going to happen. But if he lost the competition, I guarantee his. Don't you kind of feel like anything with Dylan has to be kind of almost guaranteed, or he's not going?
Yeah,
because it's not worth his time. He needs the guarantee that he's
He wants to play right away.
Yeah.
That's why I don't think he's going to end up at a. I'll say this. This kind of echoes somebody else in the comments. I don't remember who, and I didn't highlight it, so I apologize. It probably rules out. It for sure rules out serious competitors, serious contenders for next year, and most of the probably Power 5, if I'm being honest. Like if he wants to contend for a championship, he can go to an FCS school. That'd probably be his best bet. Somebody said North Dakota earlier. So be interesting. And that they won't be able to pay him $3 million, but I bet you they pay to have him around. He'd be the best quarterback at that division of college football.
Okay. Can we just get on with the serious business now?
Yeah, let's change it because I know you got notes.
Yeah.
And at 9:01, 51 minutes ago, James Boardman says, Rob Aurich seems like a high-energy guy, restored my faith in the defense. Geep Wade reminds me of an old buzz-cut, grizzled O-line coach.
Okay. So Rob Aurich was on Husker Nightly, Sports Nightly tonight, and he just gets right down to business. I like that guy. He talked about 2 coaches that are there now. Coach Manning came with him. He's like his right-hand man. And then Coach Sampson.
Does Sampson get haircuts?
Do they get haircuts?
Does Coach Sampson, is he allowed to cut his hair?
Why?
No, because the Old Testament Sampson didn't.
Okay. His goal is to have an elite run defense.
Well, good.
They always have an elite run defense. He said, he was asked, are you going to need big bodies on the line? And his answer was, if you don't have the bodies, you move more and stunt more. Stunt more. Where are my football X's and O's guys that want to talk about stunting?
They're on a different night.
I love that. I'm like, ooh, I know what this stuff is. Okay. But if you have, this is what he said, Haas, if you're around, you're going to love this. But if you have the Haas's, you use them up front in the 2 gap. Was he talking directly to our Haas runner? I mean, I feel like it was his lingo. It was like this. They're like this. That was beautiful. I had to write that down. But he said, what people can expect is 42% pressure. 42% pressure team traditionally. And I don't know what that means, but it's in my notes.
Okay.
Do you know what that means?
I was reading the comments, so I only heard 42%.
He says 42% pressure, defensive pressure team traditionally. We're going to blitz. Oh, we aren't going to blitz all the time. We aren't going to blitz never. We have to keep the quarterback on his toes. Yeah, That was the
I
gist
think
of
that's important.
We didn't blitz hardly ever.
We didn't blitz enough. That's for damn sure. Which is unfortunate. And maybe that was part of John Butler's goal to keep the passing defense as highly ranked as it was. Right. If you only rush 3 or maybe 4, you have 7 guys who can drop back into coverage, or 8. Again, depending on that defensive alignment, and eat up more of the field. So, we need to blitz more. We need to have our defensive backs up closer to the line of scrimmage. You can't be in a 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8 situation and play 10 yards off the ball. It don't work that way. That's why we get the number of times I'm sitting here yelling at the TV on 3rd down, like, all right, let's get off the field, D. And then the defense so frequently let the opponent off the hook by giving up soft yardage. Thank you. Fucking weirdos. We need, and I don't disagree with Nebraska strong. I think there are times when the 3-3-5 was versatile enough but I think you need to be more of a honestly, probably in the Big Ten, probably a 4-3 defense. We need bigger bodies up front that can, absolutely right, get to chew up the blocks and then allow your linebackers to do work to be able to stop the run. We just we haven't schemed to that in a few years. So I think
he said what he said, Greg, you'll be interested, and so will Eric, to hear this, and everybody in chat. He said, what I do well, what we do well, because he has his guys coming with him, by the way, we have an elite run defense. We're known for that. That's what we focus on. I think that obvious, it goes without saying. That is probably the most important thing if you're going to be a team in the Big Ten.
I think if you're going to be a successful football team, and this is just my opinion, history may agree with me, the chat may not. You have to be able to establish the run, and you have to be able to stop the run. Like, those are the two. I would say some of the 2 most important factors to being successful is you have to be able to run the ball and you have to be able to stop the run. Nebraska in our heyday, we were able to do just that. I'm not going to make my my NFL team reference, but the teams that are most successful, because when you can run the ball, you can control the clock much more effectively. I think in 2025, Nebraska, too often we got into, I don't want to say panic mode. I mean, that's I want to say, that's the Wisconsin game in a nutshell. But, we just had to try to throw the ball to get downfield, and we couldn't do that. I think there are too many moving parts in a passing game, whereas in a running game, it's you hand the ball to the receiver or to the running back, and then he goes hopefully north and south. But when the passing game, quarterback's got to have a clean pocket, or at least be able to get the ball off clean. It's got to be on target. It's got to be the defender or the receiver has to make a play on the ball. The defender can make a play on the ball. Also, just too many moving parts. So I love the idea of establishing a strong running game, and then of course being able to stop the run as well.
Yeah, we're all looking. Greg, sorry to not even acknowledge all of that, but you said plenty, and I do think everyone agrees with you. Pit Snipe Husker says, anyone got the scoop on our next D-line coach? Question. And Robinson is in? Question mark. I don't know. I mean, I keep hearing little tiny things about Robinson. It's still not known.
It's getting kind of frustrating, if I'm being honest, because we let it go past the signing day. Now we're getting close to the we need to make a decision on who that's going to be before the portal. I know that there was a big, maybe it was a defensive line. Hell, I can't remember now. From South Carolina, maybe, who was intending to enter the portal. Again, I just know he's a lineman. Damn it, I apologize. But a big body, has experience. Kind of more of that prototypical size, especially if I can't remember. I want to say he was on the defensive side. But we gotta figure out who the damn offensive line coach is going to be. I'm sorry, defensive line coach. Good Lord. Yeah, the offensive lineman, Fred says, from South Carolina.
Oh. The giant offensive lineman from South Carolina. Yeah. Okay.
Thanks, Fred.
Also, there were a couple other press conferences this week. One of them really shocked me, Greg.
Uh-oh.
I had to go and Google the guy because I'm like, how old is this guy? He's a player on our team. And I had heard about him all off season, all last season, once his dad came over from, Lee's Summit High School in Missouri. And originally he was going to Oregon. And we saw flashes of him on the field this season. But yes, go ahead.
Clark?
No, it's another Mosey.
Oh.
Isaiah Mosey. So he was wide receiver, running back, wide receiver, running back. Now he's going to stay at running back.
Gotcha.
But when you look at him, okay, he says he's 6 foot, 209 pounds.
Me too.
This guy looks like he looks like he's 25 years old, and he handles himself so mature. Like, he kind of reminds me of almost like an MJ Sherman, just real muscular cut, very like, like the guy you want first off the bus. Like, he is amazing. So
weren't you very concerned with Emmett's departure? Like, well, we don't have anybody else. And didn't I say, no, we do. We have Mosey, because I said, because we saw them earlier in the season, granted against the Akrons and the Houston Christians, but I said they got power, they have balance, they have vision. And we saw some speed in recent games.
Greg, I was worried about the Utes, okay?
Those Utes.
I was worried. Okay, here's my thinking for running backs. Emmett Johnson learned how to use his body type to the best of his ability, like for the running back situation. Those twists and all of the jukes that he did helped him avoid major contact hits.
Sure.
Not everyone is going to have that ability. And a lot of these guys, these running backs, are about the same size. They're not big guys. And I've always thought that you need a running back that's like a bowling ball, like just okay. I know you guys get all excited when I talk about body parts, but I want the thighs to be bigger than my waist, okay? I want a guy's thigh to be bigger than my waist if they're our running back.
By the way, shout out to Emmett Johnson. We didn't give that man his flowers, but he was named an All-American this week, and it's Nebraska's first All-American since Lavonte David. And I hope that it starts to have like a return to form for Nebraska running backs. Isaiah Mosey, Lee Summit, Kansas City. He was a 3-time first-team All-State player, had 3,200 yards and 42 touchdowns receiving in 4 seasons. He had another 665 yards and 11 scores as a receiver. As a running back. Now he is been moved fully to the running back, but it's a hell of a career. About 3,900 yards and 53 touchdowns.
Wow.
So the raw talent is there, and again, I think at the running back position you can get by more so than other positions just on raw talent. We saw the Emmett Johnson because Lord knows his offensive line was not always as good as it could be. But he made the most of every opportunity. And I think that is that's a work ethic and a mindset that got passed along to, guys like Mosey and others. So.
Yes. And I know people are talking about Earl Campbell thighs. Yeah, I think it's important to have that kind of body type. I don't know if longevity-wise, if that's a good body type or not. But whatever Emmett Johnson was doing was brilliant. And he passed it on to these guys, Mekhi Nelson and Isaiah Mosey. They just kind of sat there and took it all in and got to play with him. And so I have very high expectations next season for our running back room.
Aaron Keene has a question. Could you read that, please?
Does thighs include? It goes to that area, the area.
He's asking for Fred, so you have to read the whole question and answer
it. Okay. Why does it matter?
Fred needs to know.
Nobody needs to know answers like that. Okay, let's move on.
I tried, Aaron. I tried.
Did you know Mekhi Nelson had been recruited by our running backs coach since he was 15 years old?
I did not know that.
Found that out this week in the press conference.
And I'm very excited for the new running back signee. I am saddened to learn, we talked about, I think last week, the intent to transfer out by Jamarion Parker, the running back from St. Louis. He never saw the field, and maybe he was told that, with a new 4-star coming in, it was not likely that he would see the field. That's it. That's a young man who could go to, and I'm not trying to disrespect him. Hopefully, if he ever sees this, he's not disrespected. But Missouri State, down in Springfield, Missouri, this is their first year at the FBS level. They won 7 games. They became bowl eligible, but because there's a weird NCAA rule that prohibits teams in their first year of at this level of competition from playing in a bowl game, they actually had to petition to go to a bowl, and they successfully won. It might have helped that teams like Iowa State, Notre Dame, Kansas State, and others opted out of bowls. But Missouri State, that might be a nice landing spot for Jamarion Parker if, and again, they're on their way up. So I don't think so.
Like Aaron Keene said earlier, I don't care where he ends up. If he's leaving us, goodbye.
We spent 45 minutes talking about Dylan. I can't.
This guy never saw the field, so who freaking cares? Goodbye. Sorry, Greg. I don't mean to yell at you. Greg, your head almost fits behind your water glass. Aaron Keene says, aren't most of our backup running backs quite a bit slower? Mekhi Nelson actually has fantastic breakaway speed. He was telling us all about it in the press conference this week. So we will see. I've actually heard that about him, though. All right, you can come back. I'm sorry for what I said.
All right. So there was a very nice, very complimentary comment about Jamarian Parker. High Mountain guy says his ceiling is way higher than Missouri State. If he goes there, then there is some crazy injury stuff we don't know. Again, yeah, probably, and I hope you're right. Good luck to you. You know what? It's like the young man here from Althoff High School, just near my house, who just finished his freshman year, is finishing his freshman year at Oregon. You know, you like to see the local kids do well.
Okay, that's fair. I agree. Yeah, anytime I hear about a kid being from Arizona on the Huskers, even if it's not football, I get all excited. So I get it. Okay, so Dane Key also spoke some, and Tyler Knack.
Thank you, Tony from Minnesota, making us all laugh. Tyler Knack, what Tyler have to say? Is he wondering who his offensive line coach is going to be?
No.
I keep getting. He said nice things about Geep Wade. I keep forgetting that we're waiting on a defensive line coach, not an offensive line coach.
Yeah. Tyler Knack actually was probably the most informative out of all the players.
Well, offensive linemen are very smart.
This guy actually is. And he's way different than I thought he was. Like, I had heard rumors about there's a lot of players that don't like Tyler Knack. That's not true. I don't think that's true one bit. He slips in some kind of jabs against the opponent that we have coming up. Do you want to say who they are?
The Utes?
The Utah Utes. Yes. He's like, that's right. Vegas is going to see what Big Ten physicality is. I love that. In other words, we are like, we're bringing it to Vegas.
Do you think we're locked in and ready for a dub?
I don't know. I think these guys are definitely taking it all in with our new offensive line coach, Geep Wade. When he was talking about Geep Wade, okay, and clearly he's going to get asked about Donovan Raiola because he's been coached by Donovan Raiola. And he also, did you know he transferred from the Utah Utes? He played there.
Tyler Knack, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that. So he's familiar with the team. He's familiar with the coach. He's familiar. Somebody's girlfriend, and I know you're not interested, goes there. He explains all that. But he says,
girlfriend.
You don't care. Greg, is it because you're jealous?
Jealous of what?
People having girlfriends.
No.
Okay. So he says Geep is fast-paced energy and that he's more universal techniques overall. He has a big picture approach to the offensive line. And Donovan had classic technique. He was very honed in on technique. And I don't think I need to tell anyone here in chat, but that could have been his downfall.
Refused to evolve.
Yeah, just working with a play instead of just focusing so much on technique. You have to work with a player's abilities.
VA Poop wants to know, yeah, but how big is thighs?
I think he has pretty big thighs. I would love to. I guarantee they have those measurements and they're just not sharing them with us.
Probably. We don't need to know gentleman's inseam. TSD says Minnie, you savage. And also,
Why?
because you asked if I was jealous about everybody's girlfriends. Hi, TSD. I know you made the rounds and said hi to everybody else. Want to make sure that we extended our welcome to you as well. So that's what we do. Nobody escapes.
So he's going to be playing at the right guard for the bowl game.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because Rocco Spindler's out or done with the hand surgery. So wish him all the best as well. I think Rocco has, because he was a senior, right? I mean, he was.
Yeah. This was last year, and he gave us his all.
I think he'll have an opportunity at the next level.
Oh yeah. Oh, easy. Absolutely. I also think that
we did say hi to you, Wade.
Hi, Wade.
I don't go back to rewatch the show to prove it, but hi everybody. I mean, I like to think that when I open the show, I it's a welcome to all. But
so what I was going to say is Geep Wade got there on Sunday night, and he asked Dana Holgerson, so we're practicing tomorrow, right? So he just went into it and started practicing Monday. And Tyler Knack was asked if they're going to use more of what Geep Wade is teaching them versus what Donnie taught. And he said, well, no, we can't overhaul the offensive line just overnight, but we're taking what we know, and Geep is coming in and helping us kind of form what we're going to be doing. It'll be interesting. I actually think we're going to have a different look for the bowl game. I can't wait for it.
We're going to have a healthy quarterback.
Yes. Oh, that was mentioned. Yes, they're taking it very easy on TJ because they don't want to re-injure his hamstring. He's not taking any reps. He's just going through the mental part of it this week. Next week he'll go through reps. Okay. You got to take it easy on him. You don't want to re-injure that. I totally get it. So he's doing everything he can to stay mentally prepared and physically prepared, but they don't want to re-injure it. So
Tony from Minnesota says you and Allen Iverson over here talk about practice. Do you understand that reference?
No.
Okay.
Who's Allen Iverson?
Who what?
Who is Allen Iverson?
He was a professional basketball player 20 years ago.
What?
He has a very famous press conference rant where he's not talking about the game that he loves. We talk about practice, man. Not a game. Not the game. We talk about practice.
Ooh, tell me more. Tell me more about practice.
No, that's about it. It's about 2 minutes of that, just saying we talk about practice because he was like sitting out practice or something like that. So
it sounds interesting.
I highly recommend it. High Mountain Guy says, I hate that I got here late and missed all the Dylan content. Gonna have to wait on the replay, I guess, before I throw up in my mouth a little.
What did he say? I hate that I got here because why?
He missed all the Dylan content. Gonna have to wait on the replay, I guess, before I throw up in my mouth a little.
Yeah, and I even promised Aaron Keene I wouldn't bring him up next week. So this is it for the year.
Yeah, because after that will be 2026 and the day that the portal opens and the day we find out where Dylan's going.
I think we will find out very early.
I think so too. Let's see. Not going to mention that one. Aaron Keene says, who is Iverson? Why does Minnie hate America?
I don't. I love America.
But-
I usually have the flag hanging. Yes, we know, Greg.
David Matty's like, it's payment. If you bring up Dylan, then you have to say groin.
No. And Connor is welcome anytime he wants to come on here. Right, Greg?
No.
So Connor's too much of a realist for me. I don't like it.
No, this show doesn't do guests.
Yeah, we do.
No, we don't.
We're going to actually become a tripod very soon.
Oh, we're not going to let that particular cat out of the bag yet.
Okay. Sorry, I just did.
All right.
Not with Connor.
All right, that is no, we're not. That's later. Well, have we squeezed everything we can squeeze out of football for now?
I will tell you one other thing.
Okay.
Dana Holgerson, you know how I've been saying since the 9th game, I've been saying, damn, we had USC in hand. We almost won. We had it. Then Dylan got hurt. He echoed my sentiment. He said, I just have a feeling if USC hadn't gone the way that it did, if things hadn't happened and we had won that game like it looked like we were going to, the season would have turned out different and things would have been different.
I could see that.
So, I mean, I think that it's fair that everyone is feeling frustrated because we were on this trajectory. We were on the Emmett Johnson going, being recommended for the Heisman talk. Just even having his name in circles for the Heisman talk was a big deal. When was the last time that happened for Nebraska?
For a quarterback or any player? Because any player would be Ndamukong Suh. For a quarterback.
Okay, 2008?
9.
2009.
Yeah. Give that man his flowers.
Okay.
16 years ago, not 17, by God.
It's been a while.
So.
And I just think that, everybody thought that we were on that same trajectory as a team. So.
Uh-oh, we have story time.
Okay.
Before we do that, though, High Mountain Guy says maybe Dylan can get on at Missouri State. Say it. Let's collectively make it happen. And Braska Rascal says Missouri State needs a quarterback. They're getting their ass kicked right now. But story time from Ernie Bonistal. Melancholy here. I went to Dayton's Georgia State and national championship game Tuesday night at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I passed Dylan and said hi. Quick. I told him I'm a Husker fan, a Raiola fan. And I'd be praying for him in the process, and he's my QB1 and will continue to follow him. Look at all the coaches and quarterbacks this time around. It's all nuts. I was waiting for more of the story. He's melancholy. Thought he was going to say, and Dylan ignored me, pretend I didn't exist, and he's a butthead.
Ernie. That is a beautiful story. Thank you for sharing. Thank you so much for sharing.
Definitely hope there's more to that story.
That story can end there. It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
Fred says, and Dylan said, duh, what's a Nebraska and who's Minnie? Melissa says Holgerson also said it was refreshing to have a quarterback that was mobile when TJ came in. I think she may be trolling. I don't know.
Melissa is putting in some of her own, you know how you can take phrases from somebody and just kind of just concentrate on that? Melissa?
I don't think there will be a viewer watching this who will disagree with Nebraska Strong, who says Sue should have won the Heisman in 09. Absolutely 100% robbed.
Mhm.
So, with all that being said, I want to talk about happy things briefly, and then we'll talk about more sad things. But the happy things are that Nebraska men's basketball is 11-0 for the first time in program history. They're number 15, which I think is their highest ranking in 40 or 45 years, something like that, if ever. They went on the road on Saturday and beat Illinois in Champaign. Illinois was ranked 13. Nebraska was 23 at the time. Jamarcus Lawrence hits a 3-ball from the right wing on the buzzer. Kent Pavelka thought he was going to pass out. It was awesome. Since 1990-91 is what Husker Chuck and Justin Raji are telling me. And it was a thing of beauty. That game, this start, and Fred says Minnie's over there thinking, what's basketball? Is this like your Star Wars, Greg? Yeah, the eyes have glossed over. But I had the ability to watch that game because it was on Peacock and enjoyed. It was tense, but it was amazing. They have the ability to start 13-0 with their next couple of games. Their next game is Sunday, December 21st. It's at home against North Dakota, and then Tuesday, December 30th against New Hampshire. Now, the significance of those two games, because Nebraska is still chasing the elusive NCAA men's national tour basketball tournament win. That is, I think, almost undisputed that teams who start 13-0 get a ticket to the dance. And then they resume Big Ten play Friday, January 2nd at home against Michigan State. That could be a barn burner as well. But I want to see Nebraska win and succeed, and I want to see this Nebraska men's basketball team. The program is due for that first tournament. They're the last they're the last college or university eligible for the NCAA tournament to have a win in the tournament. So it'd be really special if that happened. And of course, their success, there's always a trade-off. We've been saying for years, Nebraska football, and then we're a volleyball school. So the trade-off is this. I saw this meme earlier this week, and some of you nerdy individuals like me will know that this is a meme from Avengers Endgame. But you see a young child there saying Nebraska ball is undefeated and coming off of one of its best weeks in decades. Thanos says, yes. What did it cost? Volleyball. Because the day after Nebraska men's basketball won, volleyball lost, Minnie.
I know. I heard.
You heard. You didn't watch, but you heard.
I meant to watch. But no, I didn't watch. I'm sorry. I know. I've been a much better Nebraska fan in general in past years. Guys, this year's been a doozy. I think it's been a doozy for all of us. It's been very difficult. Has it not? Has it not? Am I the only one?
Define doozy.
Greg, are you just so ready to move on? You're like, okay, football's over.
I'm trying to figure out what a doozy is.
It's just been it's been a lot to kind of like, I don't know, like sometimes it takes me days to kind of like work through my feelings with Husker football. I try not to give it too much, attention in my life, but I give it that what I feel is the right amount. And so it'll take a couple days for me to work through certain situations in my mind.
Let me just put it this way. Had Nebraska, been still in the tournament, had they beaten Texas A&M, we would have found some way to have Beth on the show tonight.
Oh, yes. No.
It would have been a huge conflict because
That's
Texas
a
A&M was
must.
playing tonight. So,
Yeah.
But I'm exceptionally proud. 33-1. They had, I think, the Big Ten's first undefeated conference season in 20 years or something like that. All the accolades. It sucks that you lose one game all season long, but it's at a time when if you lose, your season's over. Like why couldn't they lost in October when it didn't mean as much. But a tremendous season, and in Danny Busboom Kelly's first year at the helm, I think that she was the right choice, right selection for the head coaching job for Nebraska volleyball. I know she did John Cook proud by taking the team that he assembled with plus her additions and putting together that type of season. And it really sucks for the players who like Rebecca Alec who have finished up their careers, and she put a video out yesterday, the day before, I think, about she's excited to share her next what's the word I'm looking for, her next next step in life, but she's like, I can't announce it yet, but so wish her well. Lewis says, is Bergen Riley leaving? That I believe was a troll job by some random Texas fan who said, made a very official looking X post, but there's
this is her last year.
No, I think it was her third year.
No, this is her last year.
Okay, never mind.
Greg, I don't even watch, and I know this. She's also up for like this major award.
Yeah, the AVCA Player of the Year.
Yeah.
I'm double checking.
Oh, she's a junior? I thought this was her last year.
See? Junior. You were saying I don't even watch, but you said that with so much confidence.
I really thought it.
And you thought you were putting
a lot going on. Trust me. Guys, this has been a doozy football season. So if I don't get all my facts correct in other sports, please forgive me. Okay?
That's all right. They are letting you know. It says that you live out over your skis.
I do. It's the best way. You don't fall that way.
So, that what's really nice is that the volleyball team is returning a tremendous amount of you're going to lose Maisie Bosiger, Becca Alec we talked about, Taylor Landfair, who's exhausted her playing time, but there's already it's Nebraska volleyball. It's not rebuilding, it's reloading. So they have tremendous amount of talent coming back, and then new players will be added to the roster, of course. So
hi, mountain guy.
Sorry.
Hold on. We're talking about skiing because actually you definitely fall that way if you get too far over your skis. I'm talking about leaning forward. When you're going down a mountain, you want to lean forward just enough.
I've never gone skiing.
Now you know.
Now I know.
Your natural inclination, Greg. You're going down this way. Your natural yes. If you do that, you are in trouble. You can't do that. Okay.
Will you fall on your butt?
You'll fall and hit your head.
Oh,
your head'll bounce off of something. Yeah.
The snow, the nice fresh white powder.
Well, unless it's a windy blizzard on the top of
Mount Trumpet.
Aspen Mountain, and my head bounced off.
Off of what? Because that might explain a lot, actually.
Ice. It was not a good. This is my first day of skiing ever.
Yeah. Wade wants to know how you like your crow prepared.
Which time are we talking about?
About saying that Bergen Riley was a senior and she was definitely out. And
Well, how about just let's do well done.
probably safe, but you don't want to catch anything from an uncooked crow.
Yeah, like bird flu or something.
So Fred says, same as Dylan, dipped in gravy. I think that's how Dylan's taking his. I don't know. You know what? I apologize even for highlighting the comment. I should know better. Let's see. So we're a little good, a little bad. We talked about men's basketball. Yay. Volleyball, sad. Women's basketball is also 11-0. For a few minutes there, it was 3 Nebraska teams were the only like trio of undefeated teams in the nation when you had men's basketball, women's basketball, and volleyball, something like 52 or 54-0. And then, of course, volleyball had to ruin it. So, but 22-0 for men's and women's basketball is not so bad.
So our women's basketball team is looking really good.
Yes. Although, admittedly, I don't know that much about them.
Oh, well, next time, Greg, get to know them because I want to know deets.
Okay, what kind of deets? I mean, they also beat Creighton, which is nice.
Okay.
They beat Penn State a couple of weeks back handily. They beat Nebraska of Omaha. They are ranked in the top 25, sitting at number 24. And their next game is also Sunday. It's at 11 o'clock Central. It's at the PBA against Cal Baptist before they also reopen Big Ten play after Christmas on Monday the 29th at home against Southern California. That's about equal to what I was able to tell you about the men.
Oh, okay. Well, some information. You know what surprises me is all the people in chat who actually know stuff about Arizona. Greg, I know we're not in the off season yet. I'm just curious. Can you tell me 5 facts about Arizona? 5.
Grand Canyon is there.
Okay.
The Eagles have a really nice song that mentions Arizona.
Very good. I like that one. Okay.
Probably my favorite Eagles song, actually. Not saying that's their best song. I'm just saying it's my favorite song.
Okay.
Let's see. It is up, borders Mexico.
Geography. Good job.
I could do borders California.
No. You only get one for geography.
Minnie lives there.
No, you cannot use that. Facts that would be written in history books. Come on.
Well, I don't know if the Eagles song would be written in history.
Sure, it would. There's probably even a picture of the statue. You know, there's a statue up there.
I do know.
Okay.
I actually would really like to get to Winslow, Arizona to see it.
Oh, I hope you do.
Aaron Keene says his Arizona facts are Grand Canyon. It's hot. It sucks. It sucks. It sucks.
It does not.
Christopher Shantz educating me. It's part of the Gadsden purchase.
Yes. Wow, look at all these people with information about Arizona. I heard
that Lake Mead is more Nevada, right? Because I heard Lake Mead is drying out.
It's been drying out ever since I was a kid.
Okay. Just never going to be anything but drying out.
It's a gigantic lake. Yes, there's no daylight savings time. So it always confuses me whenever I have to calculate it in my head.
Pitt says it smells like flop sweat.
What is that? What is flop sweat? And no, it doesn't smell.
You're gonna have to Greggle that one. Aaron Keene with another fun fact. Arizona seceded and became part of the Confederacy during the Civil War.
Okay, this is too much information for me right now. I don't know if I can handle that. How come I don't remember it?
Mountains and valleys. And it became a state in 1912 per Husker Chuck.
That's true. Look at this. James Boardman. And you don't need to go to London to see the London Bridge, baby. Because guess where it is?
It's in Arizona.
It's in Lake Havasu. Why not?
And Pitt says that Arizona was the second prison camp that John McCain went to. And Wade says that Bugs Bunny always makes a wrong turn at Albuquerque, but that's New Mexico. And don't you dare, I've learned one thing about me, don't you dare compare her beloved Arizona to that rat bastard neighbor to the east, New Mexico.
Okay, there's no comparison. If you want to be honest, there's no comparison. We should turn this into a geography podcast because there's no comparison to if you want to hide out and say you're here illegally and you kind of just want to hide out. A lot of movie stars move to Santa Fe, New Mexico. There's just no population in New Mexico. It's the perfect place to go because there's just, you think of tumbleweeds whenever you hear about Arizona, that's New Mexico.
I mean, I had tumbleweeds up in Chatter, Nebraska, so.
Yeah. New Mexico does have hatch chilies. You are right. My brother-in-law, his dad had a hatch chili farm and he was raised on a hatch chili farm. And oh, they're so good. But I mean, chilies are chilies. There's all kinds of chilies.
Fact number 6 from Fred. Dylan played at a high school there for 5 minutes and Minnie tried to get on his chain gang.
This is true. That's so true. I miss those days.
I don't know.
Well, thank you so much for appeasing me. I was just surprised that so many people knew about Flagstaff Snow Bowl. That's not where I ski, by the way, in Arizona. There's another ski resort in Arizona.
Arizona has 2 ski resorts?
We do. Yeah.
We're learning everything.
I know.
Next week.
And we have Tombstone. And check this out. Tombstone, baby. Tombstone. That is where everyone's favorite movies are based on. Like, Tombstone. Here, just a couple miles south.
You tell them I'm coming, and I'm bringing hell with me. Or perhaps my favorite quote from that movie is, I have not yet begun to defile myself.
I love that. Oh.
And it's probably more accurate than anything else. So, all right. Have we checked all the boxes tonight?
Yeah, definitely.
We got a few starred comments we got to get through. High Mountain Guy says, again, here late, Minnie, you get through the trilogy yet, or are you faking your homework?
I have started. I am not even kidding. I have started. I've taken this homework business very seriously.
We expected a 2 to 4 page paper on each movie of the trilogy.
No, I'm not writing a paper.
Oh,
it's all up here.
Oh, Lord. High Mountain Guy also says, Minnie is all Aspen and no Snowball. I see how it is.
Oh, yes. This is what impresses me. You guys actually know stuff about Arizona.
TSD has an aunt who lives in Flagstaff.
Yeah. This is amazing. You know, Flagstaff is where NAU is?
Nope.
NAU is where Chancellor Brewington
ended up
played.
Okay.
Where Scott Frost found him.
Oh. I bet, never mind. Nebraska Rascal says the mountains around Flagstaff get snow. Something that's Nebraska related. Kaylee says, love seeing the basketball team do well as the other sports. I'm a fan of the school and proud of the university, not just the football team.
Oh, okay. Greg, I'm sorry. I almost feel like that should be on, like, maybe we should use that as our thumbnail next week. Just that comment.
All right. You figure out how to grab that.
Okay.
And Nebraska Strong, Go Big Red says Utah's favored by 16.5 points. We are going to get hammered. That is not the right mentality. We are not going to. Look, it's New Year's Eve. If we get hammered, it's going to be at the bar. All right. Not on the football field. We have to start adjusting our mindset now. We have 13 days. I want everybody to repeat after me. Everybody. I don't care if you're on your couch, in your car, at the bar, in the movie theater, wherever you're watching. Everybody say, we are going to win.
We're going to win. Woo-hoo!
We are going to win. There's nothing holding us back but ourselves. We are going.
We're not even holding ourselves back. Guess what? We are free from the chains that have binded us. We are free. We have Geep Wade. We have Phil Snow. We have Mike Ecklerizing things. So let's just see. Vegas doesn't know about the Ecking crew. I'm just saying that ought to carry some weight.
Just think of the 3-day span we could have. We win on New Year's Eve, and Dylan transfers out on the January 2nd. And we don't have to work on Thursday. What a stretch we could have. We could have a 5-day weekend of just absolute wonderment. Let's all go. Go Big Red, right, Minnie?
Yes. Go Big Red. Are we done?
I don't know. I don't have a Churchill voice. Sorry, Aaron. Yes, we're done. Out of here in under 2 hours, which means ahead of schedule and under budget. That is it for this episode of the 5 Heart Podcast.
This is awesome.
And donkeys walking. Oh, are they live? I mean, not live. Are they wild or are they domesticated? That's what I want to know.
We don't. Okay. In all my life, I've never seen a donkey domesticated. I've seen miniature donkeys domesticated. Those are the cutest animals in the whole wide world, by the way.
I should say like that are penned, that are some type of livestock.
No, they always have. There's wild donkeys everywhere in the desert. They're just you. In fact, you mentioned Lake Mead. Whenever I used to vacation on Lake Mead, you could hear them echoing through the canyons, mating. I know, sounds weird.
Creepy.
TMI.
Vince Watson.
What I wanted to mention about Oatman is just like they do in Tombstone. Guys, come to Arizona, Nebraskans. This is how we get you here. There's people like me on every little channel that goes, come to Arizona. Oatman has live shootout, like Wild West enactments, like every day of the week, just like Tombstone.
I did not know.
Mm-hmm.
Vince, and for others, as a reminder, we know we addressed it at the top of the show, and that's okay. This is not shaming, because of Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, next Wednesday, Thursday. Next week's 5 Heart Podcast will be Friday night, same time, 9:00 Central on Coronation YouTube, Facebook, and X. And for the following week, for the week of New Year's, we will be assuming she's upright and conscious, and hopefully in a celebratory mood. We will be doing a 5 Heart Podcast next New Year's Eve after the game.
After the game,
Minnie will be at the game, and
in Elvis attire.
In Elvis attire,
possibly.
So, yes, David Matney says because I would have forgotten. Oh, that's not David Manny. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night, or happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa. I don't, I'm Catholic, so I say Merry Christmas, but I don't want to step on toes of people of other belief systems. So that is me. I'm Greg Mahachko, Mini Hunt here. This is the 5 Heart Podcast, and we remind you each and every week that 5 Heart is all the heart you need. Minnie?
Yes. Enjoy your next week. Give all of your loved ones big hugs, because that's the most important part of this whole entire season. So no bah humbugs. Be nice. Smile at strangers, and just, don't cuss people out for no reason. If you can avoid it. And go Big Red.
My bad. Yeah, no bah humbugs, but like James Borman says, maybe some boom chicka hee haw. I don't know what that means. I'm confused and a little scared. Good night, everybody. Have a great one. We'll see you next Friday night. Minnie will see you Monday night. Minnie and Fred for Monday Night Therapy. So don't forget about that. So peace out.